Okay guys, so today we're gonna go through the unit turn, the forehand unit turn in crazy detail. Why are we being so specific? Because the way you start out is gonna dictate a lot of how everything else is gonna go. If you don't start the right way and you're not consistent about it, you're gonna be inconsistent and erratic in your play. I just ran a weekend camp and a lot of people did not have these basic steps down, yet they've been playing 15, 20, 30 years. And what you want to think of yourself when you're going out there to play tennis, it's a highly reactive sport. And so I want you to think of yourself like a gunslinger. Think if you were a gunslinger in the Wild West in the old days. Can you imagine if they just practiced getting the gun out and shooting when they were going into battle? That wouldn't be very good. I'm sure they'd fuddle around and fumble and just wouldn't be consistent. They'd be erratic and they wouldn't make it through the competition, which we know that competition is a lot more important than the one we're doing with tennis. But it's the same kind of concept. We want to make sure that we nail it. So I want to take you through this unit turn, more of a modern setup to really get set so you can play consistent tennis. The first one is the grip. Now you can either be in an aggressive Eastern grip, or I like a semi-Western grip. So let's just talk about how can we find that so that we're always in the right position. You just drop the racket, pick it up, and now you're in the semi-Western grip, just like that. The next thing I want you to do, and so this is something, guys, you could do with me step by step at home right now if you're watching. Next thing I want you to do is get to an athletic stance, so you got a nice bend, and I want you to flick the wrist up like that. Okay, so just not neutral or down, but actually flipping the wrist up, and you can actually put a lot of the weight in your non-dominant hand. So like holding the racket here, so you're holding the racket loose in your grip. Okay, so we're holding the racket more up here with this hand and not this hand. Okay, but we got this angle going, right? This is gonna put us into a power position when we make our first move. So right here, the first move that we're gonna do is when we see the ball go, that's why they call it the unit turn, not an arm turn. So we don't want the arm to take off to, leave the station without the rest of the body. So how do we do that? All we gotta do is start working on our toes. Our toes just need to start turning out to the side, okay? So here, so we're like on a swivel. This is getting set, this practicing this at home. Now you're thinking, okay, Pete, I'm watching you. I'll be able to do that when I go play a match. No, you won't. Just even a move this simple, you have to practice over and over again, like the gunslingers had to practice pulling a gun out of their holster. You want to make sure that under pressure, you do this automatically the same every time. So that first move I'm getting to, we call this mirror, mirror. And that's, why do we call it mirror, mirror? Because you're looking at your racket, your strings, like it's a mirror, okay? So you want to be able to see yourself. When I do this at other camps, some people hear that mirror, mirror tip, but the racket's still here or here, that's not it. We want to be looking at ourselves. So it's here, straight to mirror, mirror. The next thing we're gonna do from there, and Rick Macy talks about this, I like it. Pet the puppy. Okay, but I like to call this a double puppy because I want you to pet one puppy here and then another one's here, because I don't want you to forget about your non-dominant hand. I want that there so you can start to unload and use the core. So it's 1, 2, and then what you're gonna do is you wanna be relaxed and you just wanna think about your hip starting to fire. And as your hip fires, just relax the hand and that will put you into the wrist lag without having to think about it. So you're just coming here, here, and then let the hip go and swing, and that's the move. So that's what we wanna put all together. 1, 2, 3. And what you can do is I want you practicing that just like that. Make it robotic to start out with. Then the next thing I want you to take it to is I want you to pretend that you're in a Tai Chi class or an exercise. So we just went 1, 2, 3, very robotic, step by step by step. Now we're gonna start adding a little bit of flow. We're gonna go through nice and smooth, slow motion. You wanna film yourself doing this too, or looking in the mirror to make sure you're getting the step by step the right way. So now I'm here and making it flow more, right? Still going slow and methodical, right? Just like those people you see out in the park and they're doing those nice Tai Chi moves. That's what we're doing here with our swing. And the more you warm it up, you can just let it relax a little more. So naturally you're gonna add more racket head speed to and through it, okay? And what you wanna do is you wanna film this And you want to ask yourself, when you get to contact point, would the ball actually go in? See, if I come low enough and I come at that angle, that's going to go in. Some of you guys will film yourself and you'll be here or here, the ball's going to go in the net, it's going to go out. So you want to do these moves and film them and compare them to this video, okay? So there you go. That's a nice exercise you can do, gain that unit turn on the forehand in crazy detail. You do that 5-10 minutes a day, it's going to start to become a habit. And when the ball comes at you in a match, it's going to start to work for you on autopilot. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.